Unions and business have agreed to join the federal government in seeking common ground on reform of workplace rules.
Both employers and unions and the government have faced a pandemic which has seen the loss of hundreds of thousands of jobs.
This has the potential to be a big circuit breaker.
We'll put forward what we think needs to change to improve things for workers.
You do get the sense from unions and business that there is a real genuine desire to come to agreement and strike a deal.
And we'll listen genuinely to what the employers and what the government have to say too.
And so the table was set. Unions taking their seats in good faith, representing the workers of Australia at this most critical time. But even in the midst of a pandemic, 4 employer groups would turn their backs and revert to old ways, lobbying against workers' rights and wages from the shadows.
Now the ACTU is alarmed that the federal government is about to side with some of the employer organisations and cut workers' pay and conditions.
I'm now very concerned that what's going on is that some of the employer groups are actively lobbying the government to try and achieve cuts to workers' rights, and employers have told us that they'll be directly talking to the government about what they want, so we know it's happening. The net result is workers would have pay cuts, permanent pay cuts, and that's not something that we think is right, obviously, for working people, but certainly we think it'd be a terrible thing for the economy as well.
Australia enters its first recession in 30 years, with millions of workers bearing the brunt of this economic crisis. They are the heroes of the pandemic. Click the link and tell employer groups and Scott Morrison hurting workers won't heal the economy.